Excuse me, we are taking the video for YouTube, so can I interview you about Japan for a few minutes?
Yes, sure.
Oh, thanks so much. Thank you for your cooperation. Where are you from?
Vienna.
Austria. Yeah.
Vienna, Austria.
Is this your first time to visit Japan?
For me, it's my first time. For her, it's the second.
Yeah, I've been here 4 years ago.
Oh, really?
And now it's my second time here.
In this trip, what do you want to do most?
On this trip, honestly, I've come for the shopping, like Shibuya and Harajuku.
Right.
Yes, shopping, but also seeing some of the culture because you always see it in like, I don't know, Japanese TV shows or something like that. Yeah, I just wanted to see myself like temples, shrines.
Yeah.
I think it's just really beautiful.
Yeah, that's
and
true
also
as well.
seeing people in kimono is really beautiful.
Since when did you got interested in Japan?
I think maybe a couple of years ago because of social media.
Yeah.
Like you see like the photos, videos about Japan everywhere. I think that got me interested.
I think it started in middle school because in my middle school it was a big trend that everyone borrowed each other's manga and they were watching anime and everyone was so into it at that age. And I mean, I'm not that into the anime stuff anymore, but like it kind of stuck with me. And also I have a Japanese friend and yeah, it all mixed together.
Japanese anime and comics are popular in your country?
Popular?
Yeah.
Depends on who you ask, but especially I think with middle schoolers like that and
Like
high schoolers
teenagers.
as well. Yeah, it's very popular with teenagers.
This time, why did you decide to come to Japan?
Actually, I've wanted to come here for very long, but then there was also COVID. Like flights from Europe to here are really expensive.
Yeah.
So it took us some time till we can finally take the trip. Because also we wanted to stay here for a longer period of time, and I am still in school, so I don't have that many holidays. So summer was really the only time we can go.
And it's also very interesting because it's such a different culture than from what we're used to. And also like the shrines and the temples. For somebody who hasn't really seen it in my day-to-day life, it's very interesting.
What do you find you think it's very Japanese?
The politeness, I think.
Oh yes,
Like being so polite and bowing because
Japanese are so nice. Really nice people. Like I don't know. For example, like at a hotel, like we had trouble getting there the first day, and then we had to stay some at the airport because trains weren't running. And we came one day later to the hotel. Like you know, like it's okay. Is it okay if you still pay the first night? And they ask about everything. Or like when I bought shoes, it was over like 10 minutes before closing. Like in Vienna, they would have said no, come back like the next day. Like we're almost closing. But the woman worked after her closing hour just for me to get my shoes. And like in Vienna, that would never happen. Also, like I feel like restaurants or something, like if they don't have a table, they're being super nice about it, but maybe they're kind of rude in Austria. They're just saying like, go away, no, we don't have room. But, yeah, really. And here they're super nice about everything.
yeah, the politeness is definitely something that's stuck out to me as well.
Yes, and also yesterday in the evening I was taking a walk and I went by policemen and they were like bowing before me, and like that would never happen in Austria. Really.
I heard bow is very special in Europe, not so
Oh
very
yeah,
rare.
you never do it in
We
Europe.
never,
we never
never.
see it. But here it's like everywhere, even at the convenience store, the people bow.
Or like when I was in the bus or a train station and someone sits next to a person they don't know, they bow and say like I'm sitting here, like is it okay?
It's very nice because it gives you that feeling that you're welcome.
Yeah,
and for you.
I feel very welcomed in this.
Have you ever tried to bow to Japanese people?
Yeah. When people bow to me, like the policeman yesterday, I bow back. Like I don't want to be disrespectful.
After some time, when people always bow to you, it's like maybe I should bow as well. I don't want to seem rude. We also learned arigato gozaimasu because you're hear it so much.
Did you take many pictures?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Many pictures.
Too many.
Could you show me the first picture you took in Japan?
Yes. I mean, the very first is at the airport when I got.
Did you take any picture you think it's funny or it's very
Wait,
interesting?
let me go through this. Actually, when the deer tried in Nara, the deers tried to steal my pancakes that I bought for them and try to eat your shirt. Those deers, they were not polite. It was really funny.
But you know, nervous deer also bow to people.
Yes, I've also seen that. Like
Oh, really?
everything is so
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your cooperation. So where are you from?
We're from Boston, Massachusetts, in the United States.
Is it your first time to visit Japan?
Yes.
Yes.
Why did you decide to come to Japan this time?
I wanted to do some sort of a big vacation. We just turned about 30, so we wanted to kind of celebrate that. And so we thought with kind of like do a nice summer vacation somewhere kind of far away to go and explore. And so we thought it'd be really cool to see the different shrines and castles and art museums.
Since when have you been interested in Japan?
Probably since I was about 12, 13. Started watching different kind of like animes. Saw a lot of Pokemon growing up, and then some Cowboy Bebop, and then sort of started exploring more other kind of traditional kind of stuff from there.
Do you know what Japanese animation is popular in US now?
Right now, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Miyazaki films are very popular.
Yeah. I think it's all the ones like One Piece, I think. Yeah, my coworkers still watch One Piece.
In this trip, what do you want to do most?
It's a mix between visiting historical sites and, trying the food and experiencing modern life from a different perspective, I think. Everything. As much of Japanese culture as we can learn about.
And what about you?
Yeah, we're going up to Hakone to go see Fujisan and do the onsen. So that should be very relaxing.
How do you know about Hakone? Hakone is popular?
Not as much, but we wanted to try to visit Fujisan, and in our research it came up as a place that looked like a nice place to visit and different from the cities we were staying in.
Do you try to climb up Mount Fuji?
We thought about it, but we know that it takes a couple of days with acclimating to the oxygen levels, so we figured we would just try to see it, and I think that's...
I know you are still in Japan only one day, but what do you find you think it's very Japanese?
It's hard to say since we're only one day in.
Everyone is sort of very, very polite and orderly, like very clear, like where to walk in the subways and where to wait, where to stay, and how to get in and out of places. When I look at the trains back home, it's a big scramble, very easy to get lost, and not as clear of which way each train is going and how to get there.
Yes, but everyone is also very forgiving when we make mistakes and take the train in the wrong direction and things like that. So it's nice to have that forgiveness too, knowing we're going to make mistakes.
Could you show me the picture, the first picture you took in Japan?
I can say
Do you want to hold this?
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's any. First picture I took in Japan is our view from the hotel.
Wow,
was
you
our-
must be staying nice hotel.
that was our first photo. We sort of had in the imperial gardens there.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your cooperation. Where are you from?
We're from Germany.
What is your first impression of Japan?
Her third time in
My
Japan.
third time?
Actually, it's my second time.
We love the culture, we love the people, the nature. We have been to Koyosan, Kodo, and we decided cycling tour over the 7 bridges, We love to stay here.
Yeah, but first impression was first time I went to Japan 5 years ago. We arrived in Tokyo. Very kind of chaotic, but not in the sense that it's unorganized. It's just lots of people. But it still somehow works, and it's very clean, which we were very surprised about since you don't see any trash cans around. A lot of people in any big city, but also very clean and organized somehow.
And people are helpful.
Why did you get interested in Japan for the first time?
My husband, his father worked for a company which had
Factory in Japan.
in Hiroshima, showed pictures and told a lot of stories, and so we got interested. We have been to Thailand and Cambodia for some times, and also China. We like the Asian culture. Japan we wanted to see, and we fell in love.
In this trip, where did you most enjoy?
I enjoyed Hiroshima the most. I think it has like a little over 1 million people living there. It's not too big, too confusing, but also not too small. You can still do pretty much anything you want.
How about you? Where did you most enjoy in this trip?
I enjoyed Koyasan,
Koyasan.
and I really enjoyed the cycling tour over the seven
From
bridges.
Hiroshima prefecture to Ehime.
What do you find you think it's very Japanese?
The discipline,
Discipline.
the respect for things and other people. You go to Germany, you cannot go on a toilet.
Public
in a
toilets are.
Oh, no. And here you can go every toilet and it's clean.
And when you board the train or subway, everyone just gets in line and nobody pushes anyone. So it's very orderly compared to, and that's other places, and that's what I like.
Did you experience Japanese rush hour?
I think we did this morning.
Ah,
I
yeah.
believe so, yeah. The trains
How
were
was
packed.
it?
I think it was alright, but I can imagine for someone that's in Tokyo for the first time, it's quite scary.
If you were to work in Tokyo and commute by the train, how do you feel?
I think it would be fine as long as I don't have to use the train during rush hour every day.
Yeah.
That would be a little bit annoying at some point, but it would be fine. I mean, eventually if I go to work at the same place every day, then I know my way, I know which ticket to buy, which to get, so it's probably would get a lot of easier with time.
What were you impressed most in this trip?
I think for me the buildings,
Buildings.
big tall buildings. In Europe we have generally a lot of space, so don't tend to build very high buildings because we just don't need to. So that and the food. The food is quite amazing.
Yeah. And what about you?
I think it was just the nature, the religion, Koyasan,
Yeah.
feeling there. It was a very deep impression for me this time.
Koyasan as a nature and shrine at the same place.
Yeah.
Is there any similar place in Germany?
No, not like that.
I mean, we have smaller cathedrals in like the villages, so they are kind of in nature, but like the big churches are all in cities. Like for example, we live not too far away from Cologne, and obviously the cathedral is right next to the central station. So
Most time it's in the city.
Could you show me the first picture you took in Japan?
yes, temple. Yeah.
Oh no, don't show it. Actually, this was the first picture.
Great.
It's nice in the evening.
You are a great photographer.
Yeah.
Like a postcard.
Oh,
Thank you so much. Welcome. Thank you for your cooperation. Where are you from?
I'm from England. I'm actually cabin crew for an airline, so I now work the flight from England to Japan.
Oh, probably it's hard work, isn't it?
It is hard work, yeah. I'm going to go back tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Did you have jet lag?
Yeah, I did go to sleep when I landed, so yeah, I did need to catch up on sleep.
This is your first time. So, at first time, what is your really first impression of Japan?
I love Japan. It's everyone's really respectful and polite, very trustworthy. So I know when we got the bullet train to Kyoto, people would leave their phones and their laptops on the chair. One person came back like an hour and a half later, just picked it up and then left because he knew that it would still be there. Things like all the bikes, they're not padlocked outside the houses in Tokyo, they're just left because everyone's so trustworthy. So it's nice. And also I've noticed there's no litter anywhere, no rubbish. Someone told me that's because there's no bins for security reasons. Something 20, 30 years ago, was there a bomb in the bin or something, and so they just don't have it. But I think it's a good thing because people take their litter home with them and just... So it's just, it's lovely. I love Tokyo.
I think you visited many cities in Japan.
Mainly just Kyoto and Tokyo.
Kyoto and Tokyo.
I've been to Kamakura.
Kamakura?
Beautiful place. I think it's my favourite.
Oh, really?
Kyoto is lovely, but Kamakura.
I think English garden is also very popular in the world. What's the difference between Japanese garden and English garden?
I've actually just bought a house and I've got a medium-sized garden and I want the front half that I see out the window to be an English cottage garden. But then I want the mystery when you go into the second half of the garden to be a Japanese garden.
Really?
But so for me, the Japanese garden will be somewhere where I can relax. you know, there'll be a water feature with the sound of water,
Yeah.
a little bridge, maybe a little pond or something. So to me, it's more calming and more relaxing because they just everything's so beautiful. But then in English, an English garden could be beautiful too. Is it Zen or something? Is that just something more peaceful
Yeah.
about a Japanese garden? That's probably how I'd describe it.
Could you show me the best shot in this trip?
Oh, okay. Show you a photo. Yeah, sure. Probably the food. This was
nice.
Rikushun Gardens. So there was the
kakigori.
yeah. I think that's the gardens. I could just show you.
Wow.
Oh, and also I'll just show you one more. But we went to Disneyland yesterday.
I think you visited many countries as your job. So what's the difference between Japan and other countries, you think?
Just how clean and how polite and how just lovely and respectful people are and trustworthy. I just think I've not been anywhere that's just so nice. Everyone's just so friendly and the food's amazing. Honestly, today I've just gone from one shop to the next and just have just a little bite here and there.
So, and what did you buy today?
I've just bought some
Oh,
sweets.
bean sweet. It's bean.
Yes.
Bean sweets. Oh, yeah.
These ones are sweets. My birthday in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to have a party, like a barbecue.
Yeah.
And people are going to come over and I'm just going to get these out as snacks.
Ah, that's nice. Thank you so much.
動画の方楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。少しでも面白いな、また見たいなと思っていただけましたらチャンネル登録、高評価の方よろしくお願いいたします。英語もインタビューもまだまだ未熟な私ですが、皆様に楽しんでいただけるように勉強していきますので、率直な感想やテーマのご要望などコメント欄にお待ちしております。